What's up, trickies? So we've got a bunch of PC news. No console news. There was something on Friday for you guys, but that was a flash sale. Duty officers and personnel. Hopefully, I don't really play it on console. Hopefully you guys have something like we have where it kind of posts at least the most recent news, but that's like our launcher. Not sure if you guys have that. Well, the thing is most people probably play on Xbox and not PlayStation, and that's all I can check on is PlayStation, and the UIs are just completely different. Yeah, it sucks when they have flash sales and you're not checking online because you do everything on your console. I know. I've got friends that do that. They never really get on their computer because they do Facebook on their phone, they've got Instagram and Snapchat, and then they get on their consoles. Unless they need to type up a paper for school, and then on top of that, it's like they're not used to using the full website of like Facebook, so they just get on their phone. On PC, we have kind of four things. There was an old queue a long time ago, it still was in existence for a long time, called Gorn Minefield. It was Gorn and Federation Minefield, or Asteroid Belt, or whatever. So it was basically you have to go and you have to free asteroids, then you have to go kill them and restart mining colonies, and then kill the bad at the end. So it's like 10, 3, and 1. It was really simple. It was a great way to do dilithium, but people missed it. They didn't know about it anymore, so it kind of fell into the fact that, well, technically crystalline entity is easier. Well, yeah, it's easier, but that's one queue. Then you do Gorn Minefield, you can swap back and forth, but nobody did Gorn Minefield. I've literally sat in the queue for it for half an hour. It takes 5 people. It's like, you know? So hopefully they're gonna pick it back up, because the Romulan Empire, not the Romulan Republic, are the ones that are now doing it. They've changed it, so it's not the Gorn and Federation. You can actually get all 3 factions, 4, whatever, both sides involved, and you can team up together. The map now includes waypoints, so you can tell where you need to go to find freighters, but it did before. They were like, the little circles that said here, 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 here. I mean, unless they're making the map a little bigger so it lasts longer, I guess. The enemies are now, as you expect, Romulan ships, and their minefields include plasma mines and cloaking tractor mines. It says any captain level 11 and above can play. Enemy ships scale to the average level of the player. All captains have their level set to the same value, so low-level players can still contribute. I don't know how this is. Oh, there's also no cooldown on this, so you can keep farming it for whatever you need. Like dilithium was what I used to farm it before. It didn't give any marks, so that's what kind of people didn't want to use it on. They say it's substantially the same. Now it's like you can team up across factions. But it had waypoints before. Now the enemies are Romulans. That's it. It's like, oh, okay. Sounds silly, but there isn't much of a change, but hopefully the cross-faction is a significant change and having no cooldown. But without a cooldown, will it give dilithium? It might help with leveling, and for the first little bit, because it depends on what it gives. Then there's a story called Opiate of the Masses. Looks kind of Klingon-y. So if you're really interested, like it shows there's a cauldron of fire and a Klingon, and it looks like maybe it's in First City or whatnot. I don't know Kronos very well. So you can look at that one. It might help. Oh, they're talking about I don't know. I'll read it later, but I kind of opened up all the tabs. There's a link below, as per typical, towards the story. It's just another fiction blog, as they call it. All right. Arena Sompek is returning to PC. That is starting Thursday and goes till Monday. So it's a weekend. Okay. Tsunkatse Gloves allows the user to perform martial arts strikes while dealing increased damage. Acquiring the Tsunkatse Gloves unlocks it. An option with the tailor allows you to customize their appearance. So that's cool. Obviously, you'll be getting vouchers. You need 3 of 5. And you'll be able to purchase the gloves. So again, you'll get more as soon, but be prepared. People are going to AFK this because once you they're going to hit 4 rounds and then, or if anything, do nothing. Because Again, everything happens at 4 rounds. I'd like to go, better, but like my minimum is 20. I just wish we could get to around 20 sometimes. 28 gives you a decent dilithium reward that's on par with a daily, or around 29 at least. So that's like 1200 dilithium, around 29, 100 marks, 1 normal and 1 elite material. Not that I really ever care about that. Arena Stompex's back. Remember, if you're going to be queuing for it, slot all your ground reputation traits that you have. They're useful. Especially that little electricity one. Yeah, especially with like the things that stand still. The Voth guys. Yeah. Console, I would say maybe the Arena Sompek is coming for you guys soon. I don't know why they don't do them at the same time, but it seems like console is slowly trying to catch up, but they're just leaving it that little bit behind. And I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, could you just give out, could you like shorten the break? And so you can put them both out at the same time or something? That way I can like do news and not do the same news 6 weeks later. I don't care like if PC gets something on the 3rd and then when console resets on the next Tuesday, they get it on the 8th. That way my news thing that I'm releasing for like Thursday is pertinent to console also the next time. So, and you guys would know, whatever. But then again, I don't know why Cryptic does this. There's just paragraphs on this. There's no like stats or anything. It just shows a Defiant, maybe the Defiant, flying past an asteroid. This is the Gamma Quadrant battle zone. Now, I don't know what the Gamma Quadrant block looks like. I was kind of disappointed that the Delta Quadrant was a line. I would have much preferred something a little bit more square. Because it's, 1x6? Kind of like the 2x6, maybe even a 2x4? 8 blocks. I hope the Gamma Quadrant is bigger. The Delta Quadrant was so... I understand that we have more explored there, but if we're allying with the Dominion, we better have much more area we know about. Like if we allied with the Borg, like the actual Borg, not just the collective, we could have a bit of their space over in the Delta Quadrant. But so basically what this is across the entire sector space map, there's going to be like skirmishes. You'll receive alerts about hotspots in various sectors where the Hurq are attacking, gathering resources or building up their forces. You'll see on the quadrant map all of the places currently under Hurq threat. Head to those locations to engage in operations against the Hurq. Completing operations against the Hurq earns progress for everyone in the war and earns you personal bonus rewards. The more operations you complete, the bigger the reward. Kind of makes sense. Seems like Dyson ground. I noticed on Dyson ground it affects differently. There's you get more dilithium at the end of the Viriosaurs, the more zones you have helped or actually captured. That's what I've noticed. Because there's sometimes I've gone out, done my requisite 2, and then gone over and got a little crappy amount. Then there's times where I've gone and taken the half the outskirts and gotten 3,000 dilithium at the end. So I'm based on how much you do, it does better. So, but this is a sector space one, not a system space. So you're gonna have to warp in, fly over to another area, warp into that system and do your stuff. It'll be probably an instance map, I'm guessing. So you'll get to the area and it'll be said planet, but you won't go to the planet. You'll go somewhere else, the same planet. Sort of like when you had the mission on Colony. That was a different mission, but you were still at the planet. Same thing. Maybe, what I'm thinking. So, once you do all that, once enough time has elapsed, the Hurq will retreat to the depths of space, but they will always come back. Fighting in these operations will earn experience, expertise, gamma marks, and dilithium. Gee, I wonder, there's probably going to be a gamma reputation. And I bet there's going to be a pretty decent space set involved with it. Probably something attuned to the Dominion. So expect Polaron. I'm talking out my butt right now, but I know the Dominion like Polaron. So if you use a lot of Polaron, you may have a set for you. I don't know if it'll be defensive or offensively based. The more you participate, the more you earn. Sounds like Dyson ground. Progress in the invasion tracks across all players in the Gamma Quadrant. So even if you're the only one, so in these system spaces, you'll have one, if you're one player, it'll tune to one player. Kind of like the red things on your map. When you go in there, you'll have like very basic stuff. But if you have like 5 players in there, it's a swarm of ships. The Borg one's really nuts if you get like 8 players in there because it's just warping in nothing but tactical cubes every time. Which is fun, but there's just a whole heck of a lot of explosions going on around and you're like, I'm trying to not die due to Borg ships exploding. You can still do that and it will contribute to the war. And I hope it'll be the same amount it would contribute as if like 8 people did that one with you. But then again, that's 8 people contributing once, so I mean, it makes sense. But I'm not sure if you're going to be thrown into like a random, like an open instance, or if you go do a mission. I don't know how this much works. This is just paragraphs and they're just kind of talking about it. So that's the options. There'll be like an open instance, which is like Dyson, or you have, or Badlands, or any of the normal battle zones. Or you're going to have like a normal system, which you have to have someone physically in your party to go into that instance, and which means you can group with friends and do it. So if you guys are in your fleet, you know, if you got a really badass group that you just want to go around and stomp one of these things, get everyone together and just go around to each of the systems and just melt faces. Really only do that when you're science, but you know, you gotta have the right abilities, I guess. Aceton beam. That's engineering. So it says, remember, while you gain rewards for each operation, you get bonus rewards based on how many you complete. You collect those bonuses when the invasion either switches into high gear or ebbs into abeyance for a while. So stick around and participate in the zone to make sure you get the best rewards. What this means is the Hurq are going to be attacking these areas for a next period of time. Just to explain this. You have to get 100% at time. If you don't, they go away. Even if you've like defeated the little sections, if you don't get the percentage in X period of time, they go away. However, if all the players do get it up there, it escalates. I remember something like this. Well, the little random encounters do that. If you defeat if everything is like super easy for you, they'll like have a resurgence at the end of it after it's like, and then like you'll have a new wave of super strong ships that come and it like escalates. And there was something else that I remember would escalate. I just can't remember if it was in Star Trek or WoW. I think it was in Star Trek. But again, I do remember one game I was playing had an escalation, and I'm thinking that's what it is. But it said something here about attacking the Founder's homeworld, which that's what I want to know about. So the more people who participate, the faster you'll finish all the objectives. Once you've completed all the operations, this will trigger a massive invasion by the Hurq, who will swarm and attack the Founder's homeworld. Engage in combat against the Hurq there to earn even more rewards. So it's the escalation. They get super pissed. But I'm curious as to why the Hurq are attacking the Founders. Since the Hurq woke up, that's why Odo probably was like, oh my god, we need to go get help because the Founders are being attacked and we don't have enough forces. So that's probably why he came in. So, I don't know. We may even have a base on the Founder's homeworld because technically we have Odo. I'm not sure where our home base is going to be. It may be what will be Kittimer 2? Wherever that future mission was, where like the space station was a ring around the planet and the Krenim were attacking and the temporal accords took place there. Yeah, that was on like New Kittimer or something. And that was in the Gamma Quadrant. So hopefully we'll be able to found that planet. I don't know. So I will chat with you guys next week for information. As it's now currently May, we are on the 1 month countdown until the next expansion. So hopefully more information will be coming out. Yeah. Catch you guys next week. Bye.